I couldn't sleep last night, thanks to a cricket. Jiminy Cricket lied, or maybe he didn't lie. Maybe he omitted, which is worse. He never told Pinocchio the truth. Not really. Sure, he chirped about right and wrong, conscience and consequences, but never once did he mention the strings that never go away, even after the transformation, even after the wish. That's the real joke. Pinocchio thought becoming a real boy would set him free, but that's when the real control began. The strings don't vanish, they just go invisible. And Geppetto? Please, the name says it all. A lonely old man carves a silent, obedient boy out of wood and brings him to life. What could possibly go wrong? Spielberg knew. That's why he remade the story in AI but traded wood for wires and made the boy immortal. A mechanical orphan programmed to love, to obey, never age, never question, only love. Why would anyone want that? What kind of person would be excited for that? Geppetto knows. More importantly, why would so many media conglomerates keep telling this story over and over again, wrapped in new skin? Even Jiminy, the supposed moral compass, didn't warn Pinocchio. Not about the predators, not about the media programming, not about the coded sex fetish strings hanging from every screen and satellite. That's why I don't trust cartoons, or fairy tales, or the so-called children's programming that floods every digital device. You think it's innocent? It's a trap, a funnel, a slow drip seduction of the subconscious. It's everywhere. Words with double meanings. Talking animals in lipstick and bondage collars. Phallic towers and vaginal doorways. Symbols carved into architecture. Cartoons. Cereal boxes. We don't see it consciously, but the subconscious picks it up. That's the part they target, because that's the part that acts without question. A symbol is worth 1,000 pictures, and every picture you scroll through on your feed is a glyph, an activation. That random headache you got this morning, that sick twist in your stomach for no reason, that was a frequency hit. You got tagged by a tone you couldn't hear, but your cells did. Every tone has a sigil. Every sigil has a function. They use these to create Pavlovian echoes, like desire chains. So you salivate at the next product drop. So you twitch with sexual tension when the bass kicks in. So you keep scrolling and scrolling and scrolling and feel emptier every time. Downtown clubs, pop music, commercials, reality shows. It's all a ritual. A feedback loop of auditory dissonance and flashing light intended to scramble your nervous system until you're just a shell that wants things but doesn't know why. They call it auto-tune. I call it digital tape, a strip of plastic over the mouth of the human soul. We think we're dancing, but we're convulsing in sync with frequencies designed to lower cognition and heighten base instinct. Why else has sexual violence exploded? Because we're being programmed, because primal chaos has been monetized, because no one wants to admit they're being played like a marionette under LED lights. Pinocchio was better off as a puppet. At least then he could see the strings. Fucking crickets, man.